Hey everyone, nice to see you. Or wait, yeah. Well, nice that so many have turned up today. Except for me, that is. Anywho, I'm gonna tell you a bit about oral exams, which is actually a bit ironic as I hate oral exams. But nonetheless, the classic oral exam goes like this. First of all, make sure to arrive well in advance, around half an hour, just like flying, airports. I also hate flying actually. But yeah, arrive well in advance because they might be ahead of schedule. Though in 90% of the cases they are behind, but you never know. You can't be late, they can. If you're late for the exam, you will fail the exam. The students, all the poor, unfortunate souls are on a list and will then be examined one after another. So when Gerald is being roasted/examined, Barbara is sweating and preparing in the room next door. The examination begins with half an hour of preparation and praying. But first you select a random question in the room of examination, where normally 10 white pieces of paper are lined up on a parade on a table. So here you cross your fingers for winning the lottery, hopefully selecting the subject you would like to be examined in. If you get a subject which makes you feel sick, you logically don't try to eat the piece of paper because they know them apart. Trust me. So instead you read the subject or question out loud to the two friendly and smiling persons in the room, examiner, your teacher, and the censor, external examiner, who is also your security that everything will go by the book. Beforehand you have of course studied hard and long, so you're well prepared, or else it will be an even more eventful time you'll be spending in the preparation room, where you go straight after reading your question or subject. In the preparation room there will be paper and pens to take notes, which you can bring to the exam. In some cases you are allowed to bring whatever you want to the examination, even your mom, if that is a comfort, but mostly you are only allowed to bring the notes you made in the preparation room, which can be recommended so you don't get confused and poke about in piles of notes. After half an hour of scribbling, one of the two smiling persons will come and fetch you. In the examination room they have set the table very delicately with the infamous emerald green tablecloth, and there will be water, coffee and tea. But if they run out of cold water, don't drink the hot water for the tea instead. I can't recommend that. You might burn your tongue. I had almost a whole examination talking like this. Yeah. The examination begins with a presentation where you present all you know about the given subject. The presentation is normally set to last half of the examination, so around 12 minutes. Usually the teachers won't cut in with questions during the presentation, but they will help you if you lose the thread or are going off track. Figuratively speaking, if you actually leave the room, they will possibly help you get back as well. Thus are the questions after your presentation, where they will ask about the presentation, if you can elaborate on specific topics, and or if you might have missed certain important points and concluding ideas. Therefore, it's very important to have structured your presentation. Another thing they emphasize on is that you have a good grip of who's who, the theorists, not the teachers, which might be good as well to know. And who said what. After 25 minutes of delight, they say thanks, you leave the room, and they will then discuss your level of performance. After around 5 minutes, they will call you in and give you the verdict. This is the normal kind of oral exam, but sometimes you have oral exams where you've made a synopsis or a product, which is therefore the main subject of the examination, along with relevant literature from the course. As a consequence, there's no preparation for this. The actual examination is identical to the normal oral examination. Here the subject is known, which you have to do a presentation of, and the examiner and censor will afterwards ask you questions. So, to sum up the most important points, be well prepared beforehand, less sweat on the exam day, Be there half an hour before. Take good and first of all structured notes in the preparation, and in continuation of the above, structure your presentation. Be on top of who is who and who said what. And most important of all, it's just an exam and not a matter of life and death. If you don't pass the first time, you have 2 attempts more. Just before I sign out, is there any questions? No? Not at all? Seriously? Quite sure? Splendid. Have a wonderful afternoon and thank you.